Well, hello everyone. Welcome to ShineTalk. And my name is Martin Shine. Thanks for joining me. And bookmark this place. It's twitter.com/MartinShine. That's the best place I would say to follow us at the moment. We have a story unfolding as we speak. We have more than one story, particularly as I'm going to be speaking to various people and finding out what their journey is all about. One person that's about to join us right now, that is someone who I've known for quite a while now, and she's on a journey herself, is Aleksandra Cichuta. Hello.
Hello, thank you, Martin. Thank you for having me. Really pleasure. And yes, my name is Aleksandra Cichuta, and yes, I am on a journey myself. Wellness, well-being journey to share with other people. So glad to be here.
Definitely. It is a journey about well-being, as you say. We're going to find out all about that right now. And I know you haven't got much time at the moment, so we really appreciate your time, putting some time, a few minutes that are really invaluable to us at the moment and to yourself in terms of, well, you're on a physical journey at the moment from one part of planet Earth to another. We'll get to that shortly. But first of all, we've known each other for quite a while, haven't we? A number of years now.
It is 5. Maybe?
I think it's actually it is a little longer than that, but still, long enough to know what we're both about. Obviously, I mean, we're on a journey at the moment, which is kind of strange that we're touching on this as one of our first podcasts here at ShineTalk. This is something that is supposed to have evolved some time ago, as you well know. But again, another topic: procrastination, perfection. Sometimes we just need to get on with things and just do them, don't we?
That's true. Yeah. Better later than never. So
better late than never. Absolutely. So first of all, it's no secret, and it was fun times. We met at what most people call a networking event all those years ago, and that was crazy times there. It still is, but we met at a networking event, and the rest is history, as they say. But one thing I'd like you to tell everyone about is what you're involved with when it comes to motivational talking, motivational activities. Really, do tell everyone what you do there.
A broad subject. At the moment, what we do is a very new type of events called Inner Fire. A combination of musical entertainment with speakers talking about subjects around wellness, well-being, and obviously motivation, all to help people celebrate the inner power that they have inside and help people to manifest what they want in life. It's it's something unique, something very innovational, because I don't think there has been any type of event like that in London, at least, where you have music bands, singers, dancers combined with guest speakers. So we try to merge entertainment with education. And we're starting these events in October. 11th of October is the first one in Tabernacle Theatre, beautiful venue in London. And from that day onwards, we will have like monthly smaller events on various wellness subjects, again combining music entertainment with speaker, and 2 big shows twice a year in London. And you mentioned earlier that I'm on a journey from one end of the world to another one.
Yes,
I am. I'm traveling to LA next week just to explore possibilities of bringing that event over there. So next year, probably we will be doing Inner Fire in London and in LA. And special. It is very special. It's very uplifting, emotional. All the music, all the songs that you will hear on the stage are positive, empowering type of songs. We have 2 amazing speakers as well, talking about the way we should or we could think and put thoughts together and feel about ourselves. So therefore we have less stress, more happiness, and a life that is unfolding the way we deserve, the way we want. So That's what we do, and hopefully we also do it in partnership with Oxfam Charity. So not only entertainment, but we're also raising money for to save refugees and to fight poverty, to help women around the world with getting out of the poverty for the families. We've been backed up by Global Woman magazine, which again is an amazing magazine bringing together all the inspirational, empowered women from all walks of life and all countries that live in London, and they also have amazing stories. So this magazine is our partner. A lot is happening, really. Amazing.
It's almost too much, isn't it, at the moment? I mean, it all happens at once as well. It's like a mushroom. It all mushrooms, all the energy and the effort that you put into something over the weeks and months, suddenly it all happens at once. You say you've got In Fire happening on October the 11th, which at the time of recording this is about 3 weeks away, but then of course between that you're in LA for a couple of weeks as well. So exciting times, busy times, very I'd say there are times where you certainly need it's a bit of an oxymoron, as they might say, in as much as it's a contradiction. You need plenty of rest, but at the same time there's no time for that, so lots happening.
But it's like when I do something exciting, something I'm really passionate about, it's almost like I have so much energy that I forget all the sleeping.
No, absolutely.
I probably will be very tired after the 11th.
Yeah, exactly. You're not wrong there. You suddenly just crash, for maybe a day. Maybe you need a holiday after a vacation once you've achieved that final event, destination and goal. Yeah, absolutely. It would certainly, I can understand that anyway. Something I was involved with recently, again, it was very difficult to keep the momentum going and deliver what we said we would deliver. It was actually a live web stream, actually, of all things, and podcasting. And we did that, but days and a couple of weeks after, I was a little worse for wear, shall we say, and not too well, actually. That's another story. But so tell me now, this is interesting, isn't it? Because it's a whole... as always, I can generally pick up on the various elements that you've been mentioning. There's so many stories within the story, because you see a lot of us out there, we think positively. The glass is always half full. But of course, then there are those people out there where immediately, if you say something to them, you mention something to them, then their response is one where you would describe their glass is half empty, even though, as I say, it's strange. For example, if you suggest something to someone, like your event, for example, a number of years ago, you would have said, I want to do this event to someone, and they would have been like, well, you can't do it because you haven't got enough backing financially. You can't do it because you haven't got a venue. You haven't done it before, so you're not experienced. But then, hold on a minute, let's stop here. What about the reasons you can do it for? And generally speaking, if you actually write the two lists down as to why you can't do something and why you can do something, you'll find that the reasons for you doing something and being able to do that something, even if you're stepping into the unknown, is going to far outweigh and be much longer than the list of why you shouldn't be doing it or not aiming towards doing it, even in small steps.
No, that's absolutely true. I think you can wait for things to be perfect, but this is the news for everyone, and they're never perfect. So if we try to make them work exactly the way it works in our mind, and we may be waiting for a long time. I mean, to me, it's, as you know, I have actually tried out this event for the first time 3 years ago, in 2013, when I had no idea how people react to it, and I just put it out there to see whether people like it or not, what the feedback will be. The feedback was amazing, and yet I have not done the second one for 3 years because of various reasons, because of
circumstances,
lack of financial backing, and I felt like, there's so many elements I have to put together. So I haven't done it for 3 years, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake because I've been waiting for so long.
Well, it was a mistake. You see, I wouldn't say it was a mistake because, as you know, I'm in a similar situation with an event that I run. There was only one of them. And in fact, you were there. You're one of the key people there to support the event. This is the QU event. That's a topic for another story for viewers out there that are interested. But QU was an event for like-minded people to come together. This specific one was to do with people making short films. And again, bring across the message that if you've got an idea, this is how you can make it happen. Yeah, and we had 3 films that we showed, short films, and more importantly, after the films, we heard from a couple of people from each crew and cast that were involved in each of those films, telling us how they achieved it, how it went from the writer's thoughts and dreams onto paper, and then actually became a film that anyone can watch on the big screen. And the point is, I haven't done one of those events since because of circumstances, personal circumstances, professional circumstances. As always, it often is down to funding and financing, because otherwise we'd all be doing everything we want to do right here, right now. But you see, you used the word mistake, which then sort of implies failure. But of course it isn't, because that was potentially your training ground, a part of the experience, learning from that, learning that there's a need for that sort of event, learning that people enjoy that sort of event, and also learning that you can somewhere along the line repeat that on an ongoing basis, on a regular basis, when other circumstances allow you to. So we can't say it was a mistake, because it wasn't your choice that you haven't produced any events again up until now.
Yes and no. It was my choice, of course. It's always a choice. When I said mistake, there's a lesson, of course, I have learned, and I've learned a lesson that when you have an idea that you have passion for, and you really feel that it's a great idea and it will bring people together. Like Fire shows, they bring artists together. They promote. We promote artists. We promote speakers. We promote brands that have products and services related to wellness and well-being and personal development. So you bring all these people together, and it's an amazing project. And like with your project as well, you've also promoted films and directors in this area. So when you know that something is really good, what I've learned is you just go and try it out and do it, and it doesn't matter how not polished or not so great it is at the beginning. It doesn't even matter how many people will attend, because once you do it continuously, one after another, then you'll just attract more and more people, and you learn from the past events what to improve and what to do better. One of the women that I've met recently,
mm-hmm.
She told her story as well about coming to this country and wanting to be she came to UK from abroad 4 years ago, and she wanted to be a journalist. And in UK, they told her, no way, you'll be here, because your first language is not English, and plus you're too old. She's, I don't know exactly her age, but she's in her 40s. So you're too old to be a journalist. And I think she thought, okay, what do I do? Do I give up? I really want to write for a magazine. So she said, okay, all right, I'm too old. My first language is not English. So I won't get a job as a journalist in any of the magazines. What can I do? I'll start my own magazine. And so she did, and it's growing. It's more and more popular, and
exactly.
They're doing pretty well now.
Exactly.
There you go.
Because
It's always the way. But the bottom line is you just have to keep on going.
Yeah, and also look at it from the glasses half full. How can I achieve this, rather than what's stopping me achieving? Well, certainly why I can't. Or at least look at what's stopping you and say, can I do something about it, or do something slightly different? But there's always a way to navigate around the negative points and hit something positive. Absolutely. Yeah. Now,
and this is what we want to also share with people through the events. That's why the speakers, the music, and everyone who's performing on the stage, and also our partners, they're all great believers and examples of success in a way that life is working out the way people really want, when you have that right attitude that is positive, that is linked with your true desires in your heart, and that knowing that no matter what happens, I am actually on the right path. Everything that is working out in life, it can work out. It will work out.
Well, again, as we
believe.
as we both know as well, the key here is the only thing that brings change is change itself. Now, people may have heard this plenty before, but it is true, and it is a good reminder. Again, or put another way, as someone famous once said, don't repeat the same thing and expect different results. Something's got to change somewhere. So again, if you've tried something and it hasn't worked out, it doesn't mean that it's not achievable by you. Just try it a different way.
That is true. That is so true. I think a lot of times we forget about this, and that's probably because have so many challenges in life and everyone is busy. And another important thing for me personally, and I think for a lot of people, is to surround yourself with positive people, with people who will pull you up. When you stress, when you have a little bit too many challenges in life, and maybe some problems as well. And again, we met at a networking event, and it was more related to the film and media industry. But the great thing about this kind of events is that you are connected with people who are on the same page in terms of what do you want to do, how do you want to do things. They maybe they somewhere still at the beginning of the journey, but they have the willingness and energy about this, and it makes you feel better almost. So when you walked out of the event, you feel like, oh yeah, yes,
it's not.
I feel good.
Well, I
want to keep on going. So we want to start doing these events on a monthly basis, so people keep coming back and feel energized, empowered.
Absolutely. And the thing is that when, at the time you and I went to that event, we went there because obviously we wanted to build on our business and that sort of thing. And, a lot of people would agree that we went there, it was actually business and work. It wasn't for the prime objective wasn't for fun, not immediate fun anyway at that event. But the point is, because people are thinking in the same way and in a positive way, you come away from the event just by default that it was a positive, enjoyable event, as well as it being work, which is why your work ends up often not feeling like work at times like that.
Yes, when you enjoy it, it doesn't feel like work. But another element of this kind of events, and I think the more inspirational, the more related to your personal needs, the stronger that feeling of empowerment is. But there's another element which I really, really enjoy is, in this big world of internet, we sometimes can feel like we on our own with the ideas, with a career, with life problems. And when you go to not all of them, but certain type of events, you meet the people that understand the power of connectivity and the power of being together and working together. And you actually end up having 3, 4, 5 new connections with someone who has a service or has some connections or willingness to help you out.
Yeah.
It's almost like building the network. Okay, we're in this together, and I can contribute to what you do, and you can contribute to what I do, and together we just grow. Everyone is happy, and that's wow. Very important in life. I think my screen just. That's very important in life. You can't do things on your own.
Sure. It looks like your computer just decided it wanted to have a little.
I talk with my hands a lot, and I just
okay, that's fine.
Move my camera.
So what you just touched.
Can you see me now? Yeah.
Yeah. So what you just touched on there actually is interesting, because it comes under the umbrella of collaboration, and again, positive thinkers trying to work together, and synergy, so that between you, yourself and connections that you make, things will happen and you can achieve those goals that you're setting. Now, I'm going to change the subject slightly, if you don't mind, just moving on to things more current, okay? Because as we said before, In a Fire and this positive motivational event on October 11, 2016, for those that are watching in the future, which means that we're now talking about the past. What is happening with you and your travels? Do tell everyone.
Yes, I'm going tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, I'm traveling to LA, and over there, there will be mainly work trip. Although I'll probably try to find time to enjoy the ocean and the sunshine and
You will.
sunshine, Mr. Sunshine. But yes, I'm going. I'm going to explore the entertainment and the event scene over there. Reason being is that there has been some interest in LA in relation to inner fire shows, and we just want to explore what can we do with these events in Los Angeles. So I'll be meeting. I've been meeting people that are in events, marketing, PR, potential sponsors as well, and venues. So I'll be probably around the city trying to find interesting places and scout for the venue for the events, scout for artists as well. I'm looking for performers, dancers, music artists, spoken word artists as well. Speakers a little bit less because I already have a few names, great speakers that live in California or in US. But artists definitely. I'm looking for artists, so hopefully we'll scout some of them over there.
Okay, so just if they want to contact you in advance, or again if they're whenever they're watching this about Inner Fire, and potentially their talent might be something that you want to collaborate with, and vice versa, how do they get in contact with you?
Absolutely. Yes, I do want to hear from any artist performers from LA, California, or anyone actually who's willing to go to LA and wants to perform over there. The best way to contact me is probably through our website, which is www.innerfireshows.com, or just email me at team@iconiqueperformance.com. Iconique Performance is the production team behind Inner Fire Show, as you know. So maybe you can put a link after this. Will be easier for people to understand. But if you go to innerfireshows.com, then there's a contact form, and there's also address and email over there, and people can just email us this way.
Sounds good. Excellent. Well, the other thing is as well, I'll just briefly mention that while you are on your trip to the west coast of the USA, we might very well be speaking to you again via similar technologies, Skype, FaceTime, etc., to see how things are going over there. And again, if anyone does want to contact you, then please contact Aleksandra, because collaboration is definitely the way forward, as we know. And if you're a positive thinker, well, that's fantastic. If you're wondering still what that's all about, then just keep following us here, and we'll be discussing the topic in more ways than one in the future at various points as well. So once again, thank you very much for joining us, Aleksandra. That's been a
pleasure.
A great insight.
Yes, see you in LA.
Absolutely, and of course at the same time as well, I want to wish you luck with Inner Fire, and of course a safe trip and a productive trip to California. How envious I am that you're going there so soon.
Yes.
Great.
Looking forward to it, but a pleasure to be here. So thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot. Speak with you soon.